If you get good at body language, you can read people's mind without them having to tell you anything. And with that, you'll be always one step ahead of them. Tommy Shelby from Peaky Blinders is a great example of this. His body language is very dominant and confident. And that's why he is a big man. And we can copy his behaviors and be more alpha and convincing in our lives to become a big man as well.
Shouldn't you be busy?
Straight off the bat, you can see how much space Tommy's taking, bro. Look at that. The amount of space is just, he's taking up probably twice as much space than this guy. Look, he's having his shoulders and arms tucked to his by his side, but look at the space. Tommy's not he's not having the bigger frame. He's not a bigger guy. He doesn't have more muscles than this guy, but he's just taking up twice as much space than him. You can already see that he's more dominant, and then that he will probably be more of a big man in this conversation.
When you plan something well, there's no need to rush. Do you know something?
You can also hear how he's having a way higher pitched voice. He's talking a way higher tone than Tommy. Tommy's always in like a lower tone. And what Tommy also does is that he, at the end of his sentence, he's always having a lower tone than at the beginning. So he always goes down with his voice. That just shows that he's more confident and that he's very confident with the things he says. So always remember, go down with the tone at the end of his sentence, because it's a sentence, bro. It's not a question.
I actually trust you to do this. Do you think there might be some...
You can see how he's now just focusing his whole body and his face and his eyes towards Tommy without Tommy having to say anything. So now he's having that man's whole attention, and he can now use that to be the big man in this conversation. Let's see.
measure of respect developing between us. Old foes.
No reaction at all. He didn't even answer. He straight up just looks in the other direction with both of his eyes. He doesn't even give him a little look. He hasn't turned his body. His body is facing the other direction. His face facing the other direction. And he's just lighting up his cigarette. You know, he doesn't even care that this guy's next to him talking to him, bro. He just ignores him at all. Because he doesn't respect him, obviously. But he has that man's whole attention on him already, without him respecting him. So he's already dominant. He's more dominant already. Man, that's crazy. And you can also see the amount of space he's taking up, bro. Look at that. If you're at a bar or some kind of table, man, that's probably the best pose. If like before his hands was like here, he's taking up so much space. You can't be more dominant at like a table. That's the best position to be at a table if you want to be confident, if you want to seem confident, you want to show everyone that you're confident, because that just makes people like you probably. So if you take up more space here at the table, that's the perfect position. Have your hands far apart from each hand, and you just take up all the space and everyone will look at you. That's how to be dominant, man.
That have grown to admire each other and see each other's professional virtues.
No reaction at all, again.
Personally, I think not. Oh, I think not.
Just a short answer. He said one sentence, and that was a short one. The other one said like 20 times more words than he did. And he's still the alpha just because he didn't give him attention for a dumb question. You know, people nowadays just, you give attention out way too easily, man. Someone asks you a stupid ass question, you feel the need to answer, bro. No. If that's a dumb question, do it like Tommy, bro. Just look away. Don't care. Don't even give them the attention of your body. Don't even turn to them. Just look away, man. That's how to be just dominant in this position, man. So he obviously now turned He noticed that what he did was probably dumb because he gave him attention without getting any response. So he facing out, his body faces away, his head is facing away, but his eyes are still at Tommy. But he definitely, changed something up because he noticed that he won't get attention from him if he asks stupid ass questions, man. That's the right way to do it.
Well, I think to that.
Now he's also looking away, other direction. No more attention, but he already gave it away for free. So, it's too late probably. Okay, this was pretty big man from this guy. Just see how slow he turns. Look at his head, how slow he turns. That was like a 4-second turn for like the amount of, that was like just a little look to the side. He took his time. That's very important. If you do something with your hands or something with your head and you just move, do it slowly. People nowadays are always in a rush. They run around, they do this, they do that. Turn slowly, move slowly. You will seem so much more confident. Trust me. Also, if you're around girls, don't fidget with your eyes. Don't do some with your hand and just be fast at everything. Turn slowly. Be calm. Also with your voice, talk slowly. It's not about talking as fast as you can. Little kids talk fast, man, because they try to get their point across as fast as possible because they will get interrupted at any possible second. Because their value of words is just not that high. But you should value your words high and just talk slowly. If someone doesn't want to hear what you say, you still, finish your sentence, but, that's their fault. Then they miss the value you gave with your words.
So is the plan that you'll stay together forever? Or perhaps she'll whore for you, take her husband's money. Is that the plan?
No emotion at all. People would probably look at him or, show some kind of emotion in the face or something. He does not show any emotion. He had any right to show his emotions, and probably in his head there are emotions coming up, but he just doesn't show them. It's not coming outwards. He just keeps them inside. Poker face all the time. And also look at the speed of his blink. Just look at his eyes now. You know where the eyes are.
Is that the plan?
That's probably the slowest blink you can ever have. That's what I'm talking about with slow movements. He didn't move a lot in this clip, but if he moves, it's slow movements because he's confident in his body and just, that makes him so much more convincing and respected because he's just moving slowly instead of always, turning. People turn their head like instantly. Oh, look around, look that. If there's a busy street, there's a lot of people in the street, all right? And there's something happen. Maybe like a door gets smashed, all right? Then 60% of the people are turning their heads instantly and looking what happened. The other 40% like get, kind of fidget or kind of have a, show emotion. But there are like 5% or 3% of men that are just not looking around. They're not showing any emotion. They just keep doing what they're doing. That's probably, these guys are the big men. All right, these are the biggest men in the street. Because they don't care what's happening around them. They just focus on their purpose and on their mission right now. And they don't give a fuck if there's a door slammed or some shit. They keep moving. And they move slowly, but they keep moving. And they don't show any emotion. That's very, very important. Keep your emotions on the inside, man. That's where they belong.
And a rocket was about her. I was wrong about her as well.
He now looked to the side. That's often a sign of thinking. If you look to the sides, if you're having eye contact with someone, obviously Tommy Shelby didn't look at him. But if you have eye contact with someone, the person you're talking with is looking to the side, often to the left side, then it's often a sign that he's thinking about something. So here you can clearly see that he's thinking about something because he looks in the into the side.
You once said to me that men like us can never be loved. She loves me. She told me.
Look at his head. Just look at it. Look at the head of the other guy. Just have a look.
Loves me. And all you got was a bullet.
Now look.
Fucking wolf-head guy. Wow.
You can see how he just his things are, kind of. They're all moving. He shows emotion. He's not a complete poker face. He just they clearly hit him. Look.
Wow.
He had here was movement. There was movement. His kind of eyebrows. They went down. There was movement all across his face. Because he shows emotions, and that's probably stupid. Because as soon as you in a conversation with someone, an argument, and you start showing your emotions, you lost it. You lost the conversation. You lost the argument. You lost the position of the big man. You don't want to lose that.
Bully for you. This I know. Ahead of you is damnation.
Also, look at the pause he makes after he says, "This I know." Wait, here.
Ahead of you.
That was a long, long pause.
This I know.
Now, look.
Ahead.
There was a 2-second pause. He could just keep talking here, but he stops at the most important point. Everyone wants to know what, this I know. What do you know? And that's the point where he pauses, so he gets the attention, because you actually get more attention when you pause, because that's people are now like, okay, what are you talking about? If you just keep talking in a rush, everything, the whole time, then nobody will really care what you say. But if you make pauses at the most important moments, when you say the most important things, then you get attention. That's very, very valuable.
Of you is damnation. But I have the love of God and the certainty of salvation.
Again, his body is faced towards Tommy. His face towards Tommy. His eyes are towards Tommy, and I bet Tommy hasn't turned at all yet. So again, gives off his whole attention. Tommy doesn't even need to do anything. That's also if you ask yourself how you can apply that in real life. Let's say you're sitting in a group. There's always this one guy who's leaning back, just chilling, and he's the big man, and everyone turns their body towards him, turns their eyes towards him. There's all the attention is on him, and he hadn't even do anything, bro. He just leaned back. He's chill, and that's the right way to do it. Don't just give your attention, your whole body turning towards someone when you want to have the attention. You just lean back, you chill, and you will let the attention come to you. That's the way to do it. Look here, doesn't answer, takes a sip of, I guess it's vodka or something. And again, the whole time he was looking that way, didn't give any attention. The whole conversation was just that guy trying to get his attention by giving away his attention to him, and Tommy just looked away, doesn't care. The time he waited for his answer that will probably come soon. People are nowadays just frightened to have pauses and just silence. Tommy, what he always does is if he doesn't know what to say right now, he thinks. But he doesn't have to, fill the silence with words. He just thinks and he embraces the silence. He's all right with it. And instead he thinks, and that's why his words are way more valuable. If you would always fill the silence with words, his words would have less value. But because he thinks, and then what he says has more value, everything he says has more value, and that's why he gets more attention. So just start embracing the silence, man. That's not a bad thing. You actually are very confident if you're able to embrace silence, because everyone's like, oh, that's awkward. What should I say next now? I need to fill the silence. No, it's all right. Embrace the silence and think of the things you will say next. That's very important. That's very, very big, man.
I know what you did to Polly.
And then in the deep voice, deep voice is so important. You have to start talking in deep voice if you want to be masculine, if you want to be the big man. Start talking in deep voice, bro. And while he's talking, man, constant eye contact. That's also so rare, man. Eye contact is probably one of the greatest weapons in social interactions, but so less people are using it, man. Especially while you're talking. A lot of people are afraid to have eye contact while they're talking because, they're in their own head. They're thinking about what they say, how they look while saying it. He doesn't give a fuck. He just says what he says because he means it. He doesn't care if his body is doing something, how his body language. Probably when you're talking to someone, you probably think about how your body language is looking. And that's a good thing, but you need to start trying to hold eye contact while you're talking. And that's tough if you're in your own head thinking about how your body looks, if your body language is correct. And that's why so many people have very, very, very big difficulties with holding eye contact, especially with women. If you look at people, especially like beaters, talking with women, they always break the eye contact and looking at the ground. They always look down, doing this. That's just a sign of shame, and that you don't want that to happen, man. You want to hold eye contact as long as you can till the other person breaks the eye contact, looks away in some direction. If they look down, that's probably the best for you, because that means they're below you. That means that they just said, okay, you're the big man now. Especially with women. There's also this 5-second rule. So what you do is you count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can break eye contact. Because if you hold eye contact for too long, it can seem weird in particular situations. That's why there's the 5-second rule. You just count up, and people usually break eye contact at like 2 or 3. I've seen very, very less people actually holding the eye contact till 4. Okay, so you need to try that out. Really, it's just have it in your own head, but not still talking. Don't be in your own head counting. Still hold eye contact. It's easier to hold eye contact while someone else is talking, but just try that out. It's a 5-second rule. You will just seem so much more confident if you keep holding eye contact till 4, and it will not seem weird if you hold it till 4 and then break it. That's not weird. You're just confident. That's someone else. Look at that, bro. Not breaking any eye contact, man. While he's talking, pretty. He looks intimidating. I'm not lying, bro. He moves slowly towards him, not breaking eye contact, talking with his deep voice about something that's personal, that might hurt the other one. And he's just intimidating. That's how you're intimidating, man. Talk slowly, move slowly, hold eye contact. Be very, very clear of your words, man. He does it great, man. He does a great job in that.
Tonight, it'll be me, Dad. Or you. Or whoever it is.
Look how close he came. Also with the hand. I paused it the wrong second. You get back.
It'll be me, Dad. Oh.
There. His hand was in here, all right? That's pretty much in his personal space, all right? And also, though, look how close he came. People really are scared to come that close and hold eye contact, because this person has to hold eye contact back if they not, try to contest you in the big man position. But how he does it is just crazy, because he's holding eye contact constantly and he's so close to him. He's having his hand here in the personal space. It's very close to him. That's just how you make your point clear and have full undivided attention from this guy. That he's not breaking his intention, because how should he? He's in his face with his gestures, with his eyes, everything. This is how you get full undivided attention if you really need it. Yes, you see this light smirk right here. You know, he has a little smirk here. You know, big men usually don't smile. They don't show their teeth, because showing your teeth is a sign of, it's just a beta thing to do. I saw a movie or a series about monkeys, and there's like this the alpha is always the guy he's not showing his teeth, but then the betas, they come and they smile and they're like, oh, don't hurt me. If you smile too often, I'm not telling you to not smile, don't get me wrong, but if you smile too often, that's just a sign that you're kind of a beta. You have to use your smile effectively. So when you really, like flirting, it's useful to use your smile sometimes, but don't use it too often. Just be sure about when to use it and when not to use it. It's a very close thing. And then smirking is just something a lot of big men do. They don't smile, they just smirk. And that gets the same point across, but it looks just better, and they're not showing their teeth, so they're not, better. You can start smirking. That's a very, very smart thing to do. Look how shocked he is, man. He's having his mouth open. He doesn't know what to do. Look, his eyes, there's fear. You can see the fear in his eyes, man. He does not know how to act. Also, it's also, hold up, this right here. I know he's an old man, but if you see this these kind of marks in the eye area, just shows how he's nervous and just kind of scared, man. He's intimidated by Tommy. He obviously understands that Tommy's the big man. He doesn't know what to do, how to act. And then the slight nod to end the conversation, man. A big man always ends the conversation, man. If someone else is like trying to interrupt him and end the conversation, nah. No, with that nod, he just ended the conversation. He's turning away. He's the one, ending the conversation. The other one has the right for it. He's the big man. And this man's mad. Look at him. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like what happened. He's not the author in this conversation. Also, I want you to have a look at just the eye contact, the amount of eye contact here. Just look at the eyes, bro. He's not breaking eye contact once. Look at it.
I know you did it, Polly. I don't know what happened to Uncle in jail.
He keeps moving, still holding eye contact.
Tonight, and I mean that. Or you, or whoever it is, you'll wake up in hell tomorrow.
My man just violated the 5-second rule, but that doesn't matter. He just seemed so much more intimidating. That was like a 30-second eye contact, man. People nowadays are scared to hold eye contact for 2 seconds. Look at that. Literally, try it out. Walk through the street. That's your actional step now. Walk through the streets and just have eye contact with random people. Everyone breaks it, man. Everyone looks away. And you would just also instantly feel way more like a big man if you hold eye contact and everyone else breaks it. That's just a great feeling, man. Try it out. Still holding eye contact. And then finishing the conversation, man. He's the big man, obviously. I hope you can take some things with this video. If you don't, maybe rewatch it. There's a lot of valuable information in this. Keep grinding, man. Stay hard. Goodbye, bro. Till next video.